My name is David Daniel Ball, and these are the headlines Saturday, the 24th of January, 2009. The news is not good. Global economic outlook worsens. The world economic crisis deepened as President Barack Obama called for urgent action. Britain slumped into recession and profits at General Electric plunged. It's okay. We voted for change. The government attempts to protect 50,000 jobs. The government will create a $4 billion partnership with major banks to finance commercial property projects in an attempt to protect 50,000 construction jobs. And if I was given half that, I would create twice as many jobs. Surgery is needed to cut feet from babies' buttocks. A young girl in Zambia is to undergo potentially life-saving surgery to remove the feet of an unformed twin protruding from her backside. No, this is really serious. That booty's made for walking. Security tape shows dramatic Hudson River plane landing. Players call for calm after violence erupts at Australian Open. Kevin 747 grounded by global economic crisis. Prime Minister Kevin Rudd will not attend the World Economic Forum, but will remain home to work on Australia's response to the global financial crisis. A man has been jailed over cricket star sex tape extortion. We're not doing deals, we're running the state, according to Rees. Virgin pro golfer fined for fondling woman on flight. Alleged taxi rapist demanded fare from victim. And in comments, Obama is to lift abortion funding restrictions. U.S. President Barack Obama will lift restrictions on U.S. government funding for groups that provide abortion services or counseling abroad, reversing a policy of his Republican predecessor, George W. Bush, and administration officials said, which is a brilliant way to celebrate the inauguration by killing babies. Highs and lows. The ABC secures an exclusive interview with one of rock's most enduring performers, Neil Young. So exclusive, in fact, that all grammar and reason were excluded from the resulting text. A sample? A 2006 Reformation tour with his formative 1970s brand Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young became a political campaign against George W. Bush. Great divider departs. In 2004, George W. Bush continued dividing America with his divisive policies by divisively winning the election with 50.7% of the vote. In 2008, Barack Obama united the entire world in a unifying spirit of unity by winning with 52.9% of the vote. That 2.2% makes a massive difference, apparently. What the media actually means with all this talk of Obama uniting everybody is that a majority of voters finally supported the media's candidate. You can feel the unity in every U.S. newsroom, from the New York Times to the Chicago Tribune and beyond. All that awareness raising for nothing. According to a Pew Research survey, concern about global warming has plunged to hilarious lows. No one is trying to fool anybody. From Tim Blair, President Milli Vanilli's inauguration music was faked due to global coldening. The somber elegiac tones before President Obama's oath of office at the inauguration on Tuesday came from the instruments of Yo-Yo Ma, Itzhak Perlman, and two colleagues. But what the millions on Mall and watching on television heard was in fact a recording, made 2 days earlier by the quartet and matched tone for tone by the musicians playing along. Truly, weather just made it impossible, Carol Florman, spokeswoman for the Joint Congressional Committee on Inauguration Ceremonies, said on Thursday. No one's trying to fool anybody. This isn't a matter of Milli Vanilli, Ms. Foreman added. Via Imre Selazinski, who was quickly alert to Obama's oathish issues, the linked piece ran prior to subsequent presidential re-oathing, and who emails, so the oath of office and the musical performance were both empty charades? Was anything at Obama's inauguration what it seemed to be? Backman backs down. An apology from Michael Backman. And further from The Age, Backman, a London-based business writer, denied he was anti-Semitic and said he believed Israel had the absolute right to exist. Backman said he had a deep interest in and respect for Jewish culture, to the point where he named his son Shimon after Israeli President Shimon Peres. The accusation of anti-Semitism is itself hurtful and offensive, Mr. Backman said. And from The Age editor-in-chief, Paul Ramage, it has been suggested that because it published such a column, The Age is itself anti-Semitic, Ramage said. This is a false charge. This newspaper has a long and proud history of reporting on Israel and the Middle East with fairness, sensitivity, and an awareness of the complexity of the issues. Don't think, just act. An Age headline: our cars say a lot about who we are. And they pay out on Obama's car, but that's by the by. I actually use public transport. I guess that says a lot about who I am. While it is natural for The Age to wish to defend itself against the charge of anti-Semitism, it should not be forgotten that The Age has reported on many of the atrocities that have been committed against Israel. And yet The Age has also reported favorably on the actions of terrorists. The Age has seemed to question the right of Israel to defend itself by building a wall to separate itself from terror attacks. The Age has ascribed some kind of blame to Israel for the actions of the Second Intifada. For there to be a charge of balance to be placed on The Age, one would need to see something that was informative and told from an Israeli perspective, and not just from the Israeli left-wing perspective.